And I approach you in the same spirit.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Lance. We are going to be trying some new ideas on coin roll hunting, everybody.
Enjoy.
And right now I have Alan Watts playing in the background. He's an incredible philosopher, by his own words, entertainer. And we're just going to have him running around the background.
Simple historical information.
But we're also going to be diving in
Zen is a form of Buddhism.
to these.
Originated in China.
We got a bunch of dark ones in there. Wonder what that's all about.
About 1200 AD,
I've been through about half my box now, and at this point, I've had some big rolls. I've had 4.
And on the culture, the poetry,
yeah, can't speak either tonight. So we'll just take it all, and we're just gonna have some fun with it. So let's get down to it.
Become of enormous interest to many people in other parts of the world.
So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna go through each coin separately.
When one talks about Buddhism, and Zen is a form of Buddhism,
we're gonna take a look at it nice and close.
That you're talking about a religion.
Look for errors. If we look at one that looks like it might have an error, then what we'll do is we will slide it,
as they might say, I am a Catholic,
under the microscope. Yeah, that looks great. This might work out very, very well. So we got a 2010. And again, we're not going to do a lot of talk here and there. We're just going to enjoy our time together. We're going to talk about what we're seeing here and there. It's 88. We're going to also take the ones that are clearly damaged, like this one. I don't see anything about it. Seriously?
I mean, not necessarily because he has hallucination or
2020D, we don't see these kind of the D coins very often, but it's in pretty miserable shape, so not looking like it would be any kind of upgrade to my collection. Wow, same with this one. This 96 looks pretty beat. Some corrosion and stuff on it too. The 89, let's weigh this. 1989s, you always weigh the 89s and the 90s. I don't have a camera for this, but we're just going to check it really quickly because that's what good people should be doing. Nope, that is 25 grams, not 30 grams. 30 grams means that it's made of copper, and that's the error that we are looking for, that it would be made out of a copper planchet instead of the zinc planchet. So just cruising on through 1984. Now 84s will have what's called an extra ear. And again, you can find this information on Cherry Picker's Guide. Nope. Wait. So in an extra ear, you would find what you would expect to be an extension of the ear that we have in place right now. No errors at all. So let's move on. 2021. Got a big old scratch across the front of it, unfortunately. But again, the newer 2000s, they're going to be in some decent shape. But at this point, we've filled out the collection pretty heavily. So this is a 99. 99 means that we're going to weigh it. Again, we're seeing if it's on a copper planchet or not. Nope. 26 grams. Pardon me, 2.6 grams. 2008D, that's not a bad shape for a Denver Mint. Oh, the back's nice too. All right, this is going to go into the check it against the collection pile. Yeah, and see if we got anything that's actually pretty reasonable. Ah, my gosh, this is horrible. We're going to start actually pulling the pennies that I would like to show you. Again, this is all, a work in process, work in progress. 2005. 75. Nope, 73. No, that's a 75. Let's look at it a little closer.
If you don't wake
and
up
see
now,
if we have any doubling. No doubling on the 75. No doubling on the Liberty. So this is going into our copper collection. Ring-a-ling. Not because I'm going to turn around and melt the ball down, because of course that would not be, first of all, against the law. You can't do that with American currency. But good to have as just a resource, if you get my drift. This is a 78. Anything to be doubling on the 78? Nope. The Liberty? Nope. Again, into our copper pile. Now, it's going to my copper pile because it's 1982 or earlier. Everything became less copper and 83 to present. So right now, 83 to present, most of this stuff, 2003. Let's look for the extra V near VDB, shall we? No, I don't see it.
Feel that it's in their heads.
You know what? Let's get a little closer with it.
Different periods of history have differed about this. Some people feel that they exist in the solar plexus. Other people feel that they exist about here. But in American culture today, or in Western culture,
I do not see a V.
Feel that they exist in here.
There is a funky blobby thing, however, I will say that. Which is why I wanted to take a look at it just a little closer. But no V on the VDB. So let's move on to the next penny. That is a pretty schmancy 22. Wonderful shape, actually. I wonder, I'm actually looking at that Liberty a little bit. Is that a doubled Liberty on there? Or have any doubling? No. The L looks like it's kind of pushed over, but it also could be just from the rim. It kind of riding up the rim a little bit, if you know what I mean. But it's a great penny, but I've only got 50 million of them at this point, so let's move on. So a 98, now a 98 will be, have an error called the wide AM. So the AM between America, if you can see, doing my best with my left hand, so right here, this is a close AM. In fact, they're virtually touching each other. So this is the regular coin. The error of this coin would be if there would be a distance between the A and the M, and specifically at the very end. They will not be touching at all. And in fact, they will not be touching very obviously. So this is what we would consider to be a regular penny, the close AM. The wide AM would be considered to be the error, and that's not what we found today.
Indigenous, especially to the Western world,
this is looking pretty beat. This is an 89, so let's throw it on the scale. And the scale says no. Try again.
I think. I walk. I talk.
2021.
I beat my heart.
I do think that there is, that looks like some corrosion on it, but I don't see anything that is glaring as being a error that we should look up a little farther.
I feel that my heart beating, my hair growing, my bone shaping is something that happens to me.
2015. Again, in really decent shape, actually. A little bit here and there, but again, no errors. Again, we're looking for very obvious doubling of letters, numbers, and certainly any mint marks. Mint marks tend to be, you know what, that Liberty looks a little crowded, doesn't it? Let's take a look. Nope. It does have a lot of corrosion around it. Easy to throw you off. But 2021, all good. All right, we got an 82. So here's an 82. This 82 is not a small date, but we're going to put it under just so I can show you. Small date. So the small date in 82s are easily figured out by the 2. The 2 will be a little slimmer in its width, and as the 2 is coming down, it makes like a little bulge. This one is fatter, and this would be a large date. Now, let's weigh it and make sure that if it is copper or not. Because the 83 being the transitional year, we actually got a bunch of 82s that actually have zinc planchets. So this one rings up 3.0, 3 grams. This is copper, and it goes right into my copper pile. We got a 1967. Looking kind of, I mean, certainly brown. There's no shock there, but I'm not seeing anything significant on here. So into, again, this is older, if you will, or older or younger. It's going to be, so this is earlier than 1982, so this is all copper. Let's see, we got a 1987. Let's just take a look at it for the ha-has. Yeah, I don't see any doubling here. Because they are causing soil erosion and they're being on the back. Maximally stupid. The proper way to build a house on a hill. Just another penny. Do it in such a way as all right, how's this one looking? This is pretty dumpy. Yeah, if there was any kind of, oh yeah, look at the back. I was gonna say, if there's any kind of errors on that kind of coin, you know, the state of the coin is important. The newer it is, the prettier it is, the higher, you know, the higher value will be. 77, and I don't see much in this date. Nope, for doubling. Well, anyway, this is one of the symptoms of our. Ooh, the back is pretty beat on, isn't it? All right, so again, just another penny, but again, earlier than 82, into a copper pile. Let's grab another wad of pennies. This is a shiny one. Not even, so I think this has the look of one of the satin finishes. I don't run into this very often, to be fair. But, oh, and it's really nice on the back, too, isn't it? Satin finish. Okay, we're going to actually put that next to the collection. All right. Next coin, 2000. Again, 98s, 99s, and 2000s. We are looking for the wide AM, which is not part of this coin. They are pretty well attached. You do see some grease spotting on here, so you're lacking some detail in the states in America. But nothing else obvious on here. Let's move on. 2019. No obvious errors on here. 95. Let's slide it under just for the ha's. For example, the main thing that we're all taught in childhood. Just another penny. There's a 70s. Here's another 70s. 1972. Oh. Oh. Now, so I'm not sure about you seeing it, but looking at the 2, and looking at that little tail on the 2. Now, what I'm not seeing is the doubling on the other digits as well. So meaning that if there was a doubling here, then you would have a doubling on the east side of the 7 and the east side of the 9 and the east side of the 1. North, south, east, west. So So this is probably just damage, but I wanted you to look at the number 2 a little more closely, because this number 2 is the form of 2 that you would like to see on small dates. So this would be considered a small date, number 2. Yeah, just for reference. The Liberty looks pretty smashed. So again, so when we're talking about older coins like this, we're also talking about, non-mint damage, and that could be that the number 2 got clipped off on the end. It could be that the Liberty got kind of smoshed in. In God we trust. Doesn't look so bad. Let's look at the other side just for the heck of it. Pretty well struck on this side, actually.
And that you must be free. Furthermore, that you must survive and must go on living. And that becomes some kind of compulsion.
Well, again, it's all copper. Well, it's 90% copper. So we're going to put it into the copper container. So here we got a 1985, and I don't see anything screaming out on me here either. Actually, I might look at the 1 cent.
That cause human beings all over the world to feel isolated.
No, maybe it was just I saw the black spots in it. All right. Next. 2020. Oh, and now we have, of course. So you see on the right here, there's that kind of a swoopy scratch. This is coin rolling scratches. So when this gets put into a coin roll at whatever company is rolling coins, when they are wrapping the paper around them, they are spinning around in the paper. And I think that the little arms or hands or guides or whatever that push these through that process, I think that they come in and they end up kind of rubbing against the sides of the coin. So this could be a fine coin and all, but when it has that rounded scrape on it, it pretty much takes a majority of the value away from it. So, all right. So we are on the last half of this roll. I see that this is a 1960. What is that mint mark? Is that a D? It is a 60D. Now, that D looks a little fat on one side. And I'm wondering if the serifs on the left, the pointy ends on the D, if you will, on the left. Now, again, this looks pretty beat. We're just looking at it in general. Yeah, my gosh, look at this. But I will admit that the fatness on the D, and I'll be honest, the fatness of the general letters of 1960 could give me concern or belief that this might be a possible error, meaning that these things can be struck over each other, perfectly over each other, which means that they would just become a fatter looking number or letter. But you can see all the scratches and the beating up on it. So if there is any kind of significant value to this, I'm sorry, if there's any kind of significant error on this coin, then it's going to be absolutely lost in its condition. Oh my goodness, look at that. So, yeah. But again, just more knowledge to pass around you guys. We got a 1996. Again, I don't see much going on with this on first inspection. We have a 2003. Let's look for the extra V in VDB. I would say that is a no. And it's going to be very obvious. The V is actually very obvious. So, little speckly things, little hunks of things. That's not a V. I mean, you can see what I'm driving at. There's just kind of above and to the right of the B in VDB. Yeah, that's not the V that we're looking for. And Liberty looks fine. Those aren't the droids you're looking for. 2014. Again. Looks pretty nice, actually. Again, my collection is so full already. So for me, collections, okay, so here's a 1999, again, 99. Close AM, wide AM, close AM. Swing and a miss. Got an 85. Let me just look at it really quickly. Nope. I don't see much doubling there, if anything at all. We got a 2020. Kind of scratchy, but again, I don't see anything that's screaming out being an error. Oh my gosh, this is just gnarly. We're not going to bother with that one. All right, guys. Here's the last 10 coins. Or so. Let's cruise through them, and then I'm going to let you go. 1984. 1984. Is there an extra ear on here? I don't see it. There is a funny little black spot that is under this ear, but I don't see it as being an actual. It looks just like corrosion, to be fair and honest with you. And that's honestly the way that you should be treating these kind of investigations. When you're looking for error coins, it's more likely than not that it will not be an error. So really look for the explicit. Yeah, it's pretty beaten, that one. Look for the really explicit doubling. Look for the really obvious things. It's easy for us to get excited and make up stuff in our head, and who doesn't like that fun personal drama? But my goodness. We're looking for collection items. 2023. Extra V. No extra V. Last couple, you guys. Thanks for hanging around with me so long. So 98 again. We're looking for the wide AM. Swing and a miss. Now you can say that there's a space in between them, but there really actually isn't. If you take and look at this on kind of on a long ways, you actually see that they are literally touching with each other. Yeah. So again. Wide AM, very obvious wide. You will see it. It will be very, very obvious. 2015, all ripped apart. 1974. Again for ha-has. Let's see if there's any kind of doubling. Well, you know what? That's interesting. So if we're looking at the 4 in particular, the 4 is looking pretty wide on one side, is it not? Now, again, these are just places to be looking for. The wideness on a 4 could may mean a double striking of it. Could mean that's just been moshed down. Again, all this wear and tear in circulation doesn't do coins very much favor at all. All right. All right, last 2 coins, you guys. There wasn't. Oh, here's an 81. This looks actually pretty interesting. It could be the glare, but let's look and see if there is a. Maybe very well struck. But that 8 looks very fat. It almost like it has an edge to it on the left. And the 1 also the same. I don't know. Let's get just a touch closer and see if we can see any kind of extra lines. Nope. I am going to call it, this is just a very hard struck coin. The relief of these letters and numbers, just very, very deep. But heck, right? Always worth checking. Always worth checking, you guys. Always. So let's get this back in focus. Let's even look at the Liberty sign. All right. Last one. No wheat cents in this roll. Not a single wheat cent. Okay, 1994. we're actually going to be looking for some doubling.
The ocean waves, and it says, "Yoo-hoo."
But the doubling that we're actually going to look for, wow, that 4 looks tiny, doesn't it?
I can wave in many different ways. I can
Right? Just
wave
odd.
So,
Liberty, fine. So the actual doubling on a 94 will either be in the 1 cent.
but the wave is fundamentally the ocean. Now,
No, I'm not seeing. Oh, actually, do you see
that way, your sense of identity
along the bottom?
inside out.
Do you see along the bottom?
You wouldn't forget who you were.
See in the EN cent, you can see this very tiny, very slight little line. Well, look at the E on 1. That is very obvious.
That this
And this would be one of the signs of doubling,
particular personality that you
or at the very least, potential doubling. Now, we can barely see it under the microscope. So again, when we're talking about, values and all these other things, finding the error is interesting and all, and it's fun. But actually, look at that N too.
is, as it were, bring about a state of affairs.
Kind of has that flatness, that kind of squat flatness along the bottom. So the other part is, of course, columns, and they're called extra columns. And what we're looking for is the first 2 columns on the right, the inside in between.
Here.
The inside in between of these columns.
Now,
And I don't see it. Looks pretty slick to me, actually.
your sense of
It's actually a very detailed coin if you really look at it. There's a very obvious Lincoln in his chair.
forget who you were. You wouldn't forget your name and address. Your
There's a
phone number,
very... Oh, hold on.
and what sort of role you're supposed to
Let's just make sure that that's not Schmutz. Was that Schmutz? No, it's not. So here is this a die crack?
is superficial.
This might be a die crack, everybody. So this is the planchette being cracked, and then the coin being pressed in on top of it.
Of identity.
And that actually rings true for here because you can actually see it going under the N, if you will, as opposed to through the N. But then it's weird. Now we have that other weird kind of scratch along the other side. This actually just might be a scratch. But again, always interesting to look at. Always interesting to look out for. Guys, thank you so much for spending time with me. Again, with this new format. If you like it, then keep on coming back. I think I'm going to give this a couple more tries. And yeah, thanks for spending time with me. And I'll see you in the next one. We'll see you.
Mathematics without tears.